Witam Państwa, Marcin Piasecki, witam Państwa z Serocka, konferencja Polskiego Stowarzyszenia Energetyki Wiatrowej, konferencja PSEW 2022. Jest ze mną gość, pan Rasmus Errboe, Senior Vice President, firma Orsted. Thank you for coming. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and good afternoon to you too, sir.
So the first question is, what role can the Baltic Sea play in generating green energy in Europe? What is your opinion?
Yes, I think the Baltic Sea region has very, very significant opportunity for actually being a new frontier in European green energy. I was in Esbjerg a few weeks ago to attend the signing of an agreement regarding the North Sea, signed by Germany, Denmark, the Netherlands and Belgium. And I have no reason to believe that a similar agreement could not also be made for the Baltic Sea region.
And what is the Orsted activity in this process?
Yes. We are, as Orsted, very active here in Poland. We have two partnerships that we are very pleased about. One with PGE and one with CPAC. I don't think I need to introduce any of those two companies. And we are very happy with both partnerships. With PGE, we are developing 2.5 gigawatts of offshore wind across a project called Baltica 2 and 3. And together with CPAC, we are participating in the upcoming allocation of seabed rights. So we bring our experience into these partnerships. On top of that, we have also been active in Poland in our own right for quite some time. We have a very big office in Warsaw, and many of the offshore wind farms we are building around the world, we are actually very actively using Polish companies and the Polish supply chain.
So what about local content?
Yes. Local content is a big deal. It's a very important part of why you would also move into offshore wind. We fully appreciate that in Orsted, and we also see it in other markets. We have signed up, one of the first signatories of the agreement on the sector deal. And we do believe that the commitments we will be making together with our partners on local content will be fully aligned with what we see in the sector deal. It's an important part of developing offshore wind in Poland.
And how does Orsted support Poland in achieving energy independence?
We do it in many different ways. We do it by bringing our entire experience into our partnerships. I think that is point number one. Then we are developing the offshore wind farms here in Poland as well, together with our partners. And we are actually also supplying gas to PGNiG based on an agreement that will enter into force by 2023. And that is, of course, more relevant than ever. And then, of course, also Denmark, that I come from, are a very important part of the Baltic pipe, which is also important for Poland. So Orsted and Denmark are in many different ways partners to the Poland energy transition, you can say.
And how has thinking about the energy transformation changed after the Russian invasion in Ukraine?
Yes. Of course, what happened on the 24th of February was a complete, or basically caused a very significant focus on also energy independence. Energy independence has of course been a topic for a long time, but what we saw there made European politicians across the footprint that I work in revisit ambitions. And I think what we saw in Esbjerg, I'm not sure we would have seen that without that increased focus from politicians. So I think although the backdrop is as tragic as it can be, there is also a part of the situation that we are in now that really calls for action. The new backbone needs to be renewable energy for Europe, which is also why I talked about freedom energy actually in the room just 10 minutes ago.
Okay, so thank you for interview. Moim gościem był pan Rasmus Errboe, senior vice president firma Orsted.